Hey there guys, thank you so much for joining me, the Indie Gamer here, back with another video. As some of you guys will already know, I was recently at EGX 2023 where I had the opportunity to meet up with some awesome folks from the community. And definitely let me know, by the way, if you were at EGX too, as I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. I have to say though, EGX as a whole this year was slightly lacking in the amount of games on show, especially when I think about how many amazing upcoming indie games I'm looking forward to that were not there. But there were still some awesome indie games being shown off, and in this video I am very excited to share with you an interview I done with Kwalee, the publisher of one of my eagerly anticipated games, The Spirit of the Samurai. So without any further delay, let's jump onto the show floor and into the interview. Okay guys, we are down on the EGX floor here with Kwalee, and they have got some awesome games on show, but we're going to be talking about The Spirit of the Samurai. I've had a chance to play it and it's been absolutely awesome, but we're here with the publisher. So yeah, how are you doing, my friend?
Good. It's been a good show. People love the game. So yeah, it's been great.
Fantastic to hear. So if you wouldn't mind, could you give the viewers a bit of an idea what Spirit of the Samurai is, please?
Sure. So The Spirit of the Samurai is a 2D action-adventure game with some horror elements set in feudal Japan and based in Japanese lore and mythology.
Fantastic. So yeah, I played it, it's super atmospheric and very immersive experience. So is Metroidvania design, is that right?
It has some Metroidvania elements, but I wouldn't exactly say it is a Metroidvania game because that would take it to a different path.
Yep.
But it does have like some Metroidvania elements, some light RPG elements. The coolest thing actually though about the game is that it will have a combo customization option in the game. So basically as you level up, you gain more and more abilities and you can chain those together and you can create your own combinations.
Awesome.
So everyone can have basically their favorite combos straight in the game.
Fantastic. Now that sounds absolutely wonderful. Yeah, so for me, like I saw the trailer, it instantly drew me in. Can you talk about the developer and their background a little bit?
Definitely.
It looks stunning, the game.
Yeah, so Digital Mind is a Spanish studio based in Murcia, and this is their first PC game. Their background though is in 3D animation, like cinema and trailers and movies and stuff like that. So,
amazing.
Which is apparent actually into how the game looks.
100%, yeah, it's so true. I was shocked when I heard it was their first game, but when you told me what their background was, it made sense.
Exactly.
So yeah, definitely. No, it looks beautiful, but the other thing about it as well for me, it really plays really well, because a lot of obviously what a game is all about is how it feels to play, and it's not just eye candy, guys. So yeah, it does play really well, and I really enjoy the control system actually with the right stick with the combat. If you could tell a little bit about that, if that's okay.
Yeah, so the developers decided basically to go down a little bit of a different way with the action. Usually you just mash like one button and combos are being performed, or you do stuff. Like with this one, you basically use the right stick, which allows you to choose the direction of your hits. Maybe you want to hit something up or left or even behind you, because sometimes enemies will come from both sides.
Yep.
And also by just holding that button, that's when what we talked before activates, like all the flourishes and the combos.
Right.
So yeah, this is basically the evolution.
Yeah, that was really distinct. Like you say, you can attack either side, so you can manage the 2D aspect of the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, like the cutscenes are stunning, the whole atmosphere is absolutely stunning. But I've heard as well, one of the most unique things about the game, I've heard you can control 3 different characters in the game. Could you talk about that? Yeah.
Exactly. As the story progresses, for story purposes, you will be changing the character you control. Basically in the game there's going to be 3 characters. There's the samurai, obviously, like the main character. The samurai in the demo is trying to find his little warrior cat that's been missing, and without spoiling anything, eventually the cat is left alone again, and you are controlling the cat, and that's when actually the gameplay changes and it becomes more of a stealth game.
Amazing.
Because the cat itself can't fight. But furthermore, later down the storyline, again, without spoiling anything, you will also be controlling a spirit, and the spirit then has a completely different set of moves again. Awesome. And a little bit of magic also is being involved, obviously, with that one.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, so it's 3 characters. It's the samurai, Chisai the cat, and a little Kodama spirit.
Fantastic. So the spirit of the samurai, now the reasoning for the name makes a bit more sense. I like that. That's great insight. One of the other things I noticed, there was some sort of like zombified samurais and stuff like that. Is that playing into the supernatural element as well? Is there anything you can speak on in that regard?
Yeah, basically, as I said before, the game has some horror elements, and part of those horror elements are exactly those zombified samurais.
Sure, yeah.
Basically, an oni, like a Japanese demon, is attacking the land, and his army is an army of undead and some other creatures. You'll see more of that. You'll see more creatures, more imaginary creatures from the Japanese lore involved in the story. Both good and bad, and some, I would say, neutral.
Okay, cool.
They play their part in the story. So yeah,
Amazing.
definitely.
That sounds very interesting. I've been very much blown away by it because, again, it's something like this you see, you think it's stunning visuals, it's got that down to a T, but, when you play it, it actually has made me very happy to know that it actually plays really well as well. There's one other thing I was just going to ask you about, which is, again, another unique thing about the game, which is always good to have so many unique things, and that's the stop motion element. I'd love to hear about that if that's okay a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So, as we discussed about the studio's roots, which is in movies and cinema, what they really wanted to do was a unique style. And something that hasn't been done lots in video games is stop motion.
Yes.
So they decided they want to go down that path. And although the game is not animated in stop motion, just by cutting frames, you create that feeling of stop motion.
Sure.
And that's what they're going for basically here.
Yeah, it does give it a very unique feel, and it works really well. It's some of the layering as well in the world, where you can see the trees, you see that stop motion element in them, the way they move. But I honestly, it's probably my game of the show, if I'm honest, and I wasn't sure whether it would be. I was very excited for it, but from everything I've played so far, I've absolutely adored it, and very excited to see where it goes and how it comes into fruition when it actually releases. I know we've got a bit of a time to go yet, but if you wouldn't mind, actually, could you tell us about where it's going to be coming to, and when it might be coming?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So one surprise is that the game will be released for Atari CVS, which is the new Atari console. It's going to be available on Steam and Epic stores for PC.
Cool.
And we are looking into other platforms as well, but you will you'll have news later down the line. But I can tell you that it's coming next year. Now, when exactly, it's going to come out when it's ready.
So next year sometime, and we just keep our eyes on you, keeping what you're doing, basically.
Yeah.
Where can people find you if they want to follow the game and things like that?
Definitely, they can follow the game on Twitter and TikTok.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's Spirit of the Samurai, and you'll find it there.
Amazing. And obviously, give it a wish list on Steam, guys, because that helps, I'm sure.
That always helps, guys.
Yeah,
always helps.
Absolutely.
Also, follow us on Discord. You can join Kwalee on Discord and then go into all the subreddits. And follow us on Steam as well. We always have the news first on Steam.
Awesome. Well, that is so great. It's been lovely talking to you and all of your team here. You've got 4 awesome games, but for me, Spirit of the Samurai is the cream of the crop.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, nice. Thank you so much for spending the time to do this little interview. I really appreciate that. And best of luck with the rest of the show, my friend. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Cheers.
I'm going to tell you a story about 3 extraordinary spirits united to face the darkness. Incredible warriors defying fate and even death. I, Kitsune, spirit of the forest, was a witness and a part of it.